Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. Today, we have a lot of stuff to cover. Having said that, guys, if you are enjoying the daily crypto news, make sure you press that like button to help out with the YouTube algorithm, and obviously, it would be a smart idea to subscribe to the channel because we provide crypto news every single day. Now, Ripple and the SEC likely to settle lawsuit. More upside for XRP soon. This is actually one of the questions I get most often. It is, Dusty, when do you think Ripple versus SEC will settle? When do you think this? When do you think that? And it all comes down to when the lawsuit is going to be over. And even though there is not one specific date, there's basically two things which you can hold in the back of your head. One is a partial or full settlement within this whole discovery, which would basically mean in the next couple of weeks, we're going to see some sort of settlement because either party does not want to go to the next phase. Why would that be? Well, that could be, for example, if they do not want to waste any more time or are afraid that the other party is going to get more out of this in the next phase. And is that really an apparent issue? Yes. Right now, it really looks because the SEC is trying to get more time. We covered that in the previous video. The SEC is trying to file for 60 extra days of discovery before going into summary judgment. If they want that, it basically means they might not have had enough time to find some dirt on Ripple to actually win in the next phase of things. And it might be that they'll settle before it comes to that point because they might get more out of it that way. And so it's definitely something reasonable. However, what is the other scenario? Well, I've been putting it over on Twitter because I've been reading so much about these lawsuits. And the more I've done that, though, the more it also points towards the fact that they cannot lose anymore. That Ripple has almost no way to lose this on any ground. There's so many defenses that Ripple has right now that haven't been touched and that are all valid. The SEC has been doing their discovery, right? They've been looking up a lot of documents, they've been requesting a lot, but nothing too relevant if you were to ask me. Everything we've seen as of this point here is really not that great. I mean, I know I've said it a little bit poorly just now because the defenses, they shouldn't be attacked just quite yet. Right now, the phase is to get kind of dirt on the other side, to discover as much as possible, and then in summary judgment, you're going to conclude things and attack other sides and basically go back and forward, which the SEC has been attempting already, most likely because they do not know what to request in this whole discovery dispute. They don't really know exactly what to get. They don't know where to look, what exactly they want. And Ripple is also working on it, and the SEC, of course, is trying to bar them from getting all that info. But one cool thing we still need to get is, for example, all the information regarding Clayton and the verdicts on Bitcoin and Ethereum. We have yet to see those, but it does make you wonder, right? What if we just find one little piece of dirt in any of those? And again, there's also, of course, this fair notice defense from Ripple's side. There's so many parts which could instantly wreck this entire lawsuit that it's looking so extremely bullish. And I think that's why a lot of people are speculating that a settlement must be coming. Because it looks like the SEC has no way out except losing, and they might want to admit defeat a little bit sooner rather than later because they can get more victorious off of that. The sooner they admit quote-unquote defeat, the more they can kind of fetch it as a victory. That's just the legal stuff, right? If the SEC were to settle right now, they could just demand Ripple to pay X dollars in terms of a fine or something along those lines, and then maybe Ripple would agree with that. The more it goes on, the more the judge is going to intervene and interfere, and it might be that the judge is going to say, hey, Ripple, you don't have to pay any fine, you don't have to get any sanctions, you just win this because the SEC has outrageous demands. It all also comes back to the fact that the SEC has had so many years, yet they look so ill-prepared. It makes absolutely no sense. One thing I've also been thinking about recently is, what if Clayton is a bad actor? And he sued them just before they were ready to do so. Then again, they've had years and years to prepare, so that's kind of also odd. But then again, it's been timed so strangely the day before he left. Maybe they just wanted him to be the scapegoat, or maybe he had an agreement with the parties he was going to move to later on that he should have sued another company before leaving, and he was like, I still need to do that, let me do it last day. Because it doesn't make any freaking sense. But on the same note, I've told you guys before, right? I'm using Bybit. A link is down below for Bybit. And if they win or even lose or some conclusion comes out of this lawsuit, we get a settlement of some sort. If it happens sooner or later, it doesn't really matter too much to me. I will go and trade and go with some really heavy leverage and hopefully make a lot of money. Is that safe? No. Should you do it? No. I'm not telling you should. I'm just saying that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. And I've already told you guys, the reason I'm so excited about a potential settlement, which again, there's no confirmation of whatsoever, is just what people are speculating because of all those points connecting. If we get some sort of settlement, I'll make so much in one day. I've told you guys a couple of times already because I personally know the moment it happens, the price is going to skyrocket most likely. But I think it will actually continue on for a little while because people are so excited about it, and it's going to be the first properly regulated crypto. So I've already told you I'm going to go with some crazy leverage and just buy into it, regardless of how late I am. And I've told you as well, a couple $1 million easily that first day. Some people laugh, say, oh, I'm already telling you guys, it's exactly what's going to happen. You might believe me, might not, but that's what's going to happen. So how? Just wait. I've already told you guys like 3 or 4 times exactly what I'm going to do, but I'll explain it soon again, in depth. Digital Soldier posted, has anyone noticed that Benoit Couret follows Brad Garlinghouse? No, he does not follow Anthony Pompliano. No, he does not follow Max Kaiser. No, he does not follow any Bitcoin maximalist. And no, he also doesn't follow Vitalik or any of those Ethereum guys. He follows the CEO of Ripple. XRP is the chosen one. So this last line, I'm not exactly sure what to say right there, but if we check here, he does follow Christine Lagarde, the BIS, and Brad Garlinghouse. And who is that? Well, Benoit Couret is a French economist who served on the executive board of the European Central Bank from 2011 to 2019. He currently serves the Bank of International Settlements as head of the Innovation Hub. And so obviously people are drawing connections there again because he knows, and he is connected, and it's getting really funny, right? In the banking space, how respected Ripple is, yet they're not getting the respect to some degree. Then again, we've also read this one before. This is an old article, but it resurfaced again because of the importance, I guess. Central Bank of France eyes XRP as basis for digital euro. Debatable. They mostly just said Ripple. However, one of the major European central banks is eyeing XRP as a potential platform for issuing the digital euro. We saw it, the Bank of France, or the Banque de France, post it a little bit earlier, a couple of years ago already, I'm assuming. I'm not exactly sure what the date of this article was anymore, to be honest with you, but it feels like it's already been a couple of years ago, at least months and months and months. The report speaks of Ripple as an alternative platform to Ethereum, and XRP is a coin that runs its own ledger, stating that Ripple does not operate on a blockchain network per se, but has its own ledger for performing transactions, presumably XRPL. The authors have also mentioned that Ripple is trusted by multiple banks as a model for CBDC due to its high centralization, which a lot of people picked up as something negative, but Ripple, of course, is centralized, so that's not strange. Ripple and XRP enjoyed the trust of many banks as a model for CBDCs because it is highly centralized and is based on a permissioned network where only certain network nodes can validate transactions, as opposed to decentralized and permissionless Bitcoin and Ether. The document has also stated that the Central Bank of France has already discussed XRP and Ripple as a potential platform for making the digital euro. France's central bank, Banque de France, has openly discussed Ripple/XRP as a possible platform for Europe's central bank digital currency, and there's 2 things which I should say then. One is they are right on a couple of notes of centralization because Ripple, of course, is centralized, and Ripple has a private ledger for CBDC specifically, which is also centralized. Then again, XRPL is not centralized. Then again, they have spoken here of a certain network nodes can validate transactions. This is not completely true. However, there is a standard unique node list, which, some people point towards the direction of only certain can participate. Not completely true. However, there's a, Ripple published list of parties which you might want to use. Then again, it's not a fixed little thing. It's not like if you that you cannot participate whatsoever, that your opinion literally doesn't matter or anything like that. However, that's one way that a lot of people like to view it. I think, what's his name again? Matt over on Twitter has actually disputed this a couple of times already. I can maybe ask him again, just kind of quote this again. Maybe just quote it like this, and then ask on Twitter what his exact opinion on the matter is, because I do wonder exactly what his response would be if we quote it. Just exactly what his answer would be. Let me see. Oh, I just slammed my microphone. What is his Instagram or his Twitter? It's Matt something. Matt Hamilton. Here we go. So I'm going to tag him a little bit later. I'm going to figure out a good way to write it down and then see exactly what he responds, hopefully if he does, because they will know exactly how to answer this question from here on forward. Because I do see 2 sides. I do see they are wrong on the sense that it's permissioned basically or centralized. Then again, they're not completely wrong in the sense that there's a proposed unique node list, because that, in my opinion, is also the truth. Moving on though. Polkadot price prediction as the 100% rally gains steam. Polkadot is one of the coins which usually does proper whenever Ethereum type of coins do good, whenever DeFi just does good, because of course Polkadot is again a platformer, a DeFi sort of platform, a base layer, whatever you want to call it, which thrives of course whenever Ethereum thrives because Polkadot is a lot better. Same thing for Kusama. It usually goes in unison because those two things are linked together. They're basically one in one. Bitcoin could drop to $28,000 if it does not reclaim the 200-day MA. We talked before about the death cross. A lot of people are really angry with me. Right now, Bitcoin actually broke out of one of the channels, which we covered a little bit earlier. It just broke out a couple of hours ago. Will it sustain that movement, though? I'm not exactly sure. And the thing is, you can always draw a new triangle. You can always keep extending. You can always do this, that, this, that. In the end, guys, let us wait for a big breakout and then react to things. Right now, it's still a little bit in a meh type of area. Then FCA says significantly high number of crypto firms are not meeting the AML standards. This you can connect back to Ripple, where of course Ripple/XRP is anti-money laundering compliant / KYC compliant. And again, to the fact that I've been covering a couple of different exchanges the last couple of days, because you should always be afraid that the exchange you're using is not properly regulated and going to get struck down and you're losing your money. Of course, any one of those authorities does not want you to lose money, but those exchanges sometimes get scared when they get sued or when they get attacked by some authority, and they might do some crazy stuff losing you money. So that's why I always say, be careful and take your money off whenever you don't need it anymore. I always say that because it's the safest thing to do. And then Binance CZ believes BNB has the potential to become bigger than Apple and Amazon. I've told you guys a couple of times before, I do believe that BNB, or a lot of these cryptos at the top here, will eventually pass traditional assets. Will the crypto market also be as big as stocks? I personally believe so, if not bigger, mostly because these are currencies and stocks are assets, right? Or I don't know how else you would call them, just stocks. And currencies, of course, usually have a lot more money locked up in them because they're currencies. They work a little bit differently. That's maybe the way I should say it. So yeah, that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to write this down, but I'm going to try to do my best. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video later today.